Hey guys, so this is January 22nd, which is so crazy. And this is Team Shine's second team call of the year, which I'm really excited about. And I'm very excited about this one. I love to have guest speakers because I like to surround myself with people smarter than me. And I, I am very, very proud and honored to have my friend Christy Lyons to speak to us this evening. So I want to give a little bit of Christy's accolades because they're mind-blowing. She's a 7-star diamond coach, 3-time elite, Success Club all-star legend. She is part of the Houston Market Council. I want to tell you, she's had no upline. So everything that she has done, she's created herself. When her upline disappears, she not inherited, but has taken care of all of these coaches that are not hers, but she just breathes life into them, which is one of the reasons she's on this call. This year alone, she had 1 elite coach, 1 premier coach under her. She is the founder of Team Motivate and Inspire. On a personal level, she is married to Jared and has Ava and Emily. So Ava is special needs and she homeschools Ava. And they have dogs, Teddy and Bella, that are very much a part of their life. So she is not only an amazing coach, she is one of my success partners. And I want to tell you, her and her husband have become very good friends of Lincoln and myself, and it's kind of scary how much fun we have together. So anyways, I'm going to transfer it over to her. I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about why she became a coach, how, and then this topic of our conversation tonight. Okay, so Christy, it's all yours.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here tonight. So the reason why I signed up to coach was actually, it's kind of funny. I was in these free groups that I found out about on like a Facebook, like community page. And I was like, these are kind of fun, these free groups, you know, I'd never heard of a Beachbody coach ever. And in fact, when I learned that this lady was a Beachbody coach, I Googled it and I'm like, what in the world is Beachbody? I'm like, huh. Anyway, so she also ran insanity groups, like live groups. So I went to her live groups and I did those workouts. And then it was part of her free challenge that you had to drink Shakeology to get extra points. And I'm very competitive. So I was like, okay, I will go to your live groups and I will drink Shakeology. And I will do everything because I'm going to win these free groups, right? And I was that like really annoying person that only did the free groups. You know, those ones that like are awesome at free groups, but never sign up. That was me. So I did that for a while. And my coach was like, Christy, you've got to sign up and do like a real group. You have to. You're like wasting money on buying all these shake packets from me, and you should get Insanity. And this is when like not the original Insanity came out, but like the next one, a P90X3 just came out. So there was a lot of good programs. So I decided to get P90X3, and she was like, just sign up for the discount. You're buying all these shakes, just get the discount. I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I signed up for the discount. So anyways, so don't discount coaches, because that's how I originally signed up. And I was actually talking to my highest volume earner on my team this afternoon as I was trying to help her place some of her coaches. And she's like, but this person is just a discount coach. And I was like, so were you. And so was I. Anyways, we laughed about it. But anyways, so I signed up for the discount, and long story short, I like had this huge passion for this job. I like loved it. It gave me something to be passionate about, because I was like stuck in that mom mode. I had a 2-year-old toddler that was just like, you know, sitting on my lap all day and wanted me to like, I don't know, play dolls and Barbies and whatever. And then I had my other daughter both home with me, and I loved them, but I needed something else, right? And then a little bit later, my older daughter needed to go to private school. I needed to come up with an extra $1,500 a month, just like that. So I reverse engineered it, you guys. I was like, okay, how many challenge packs do I need to sell to come up with $1,500? Because I was a brand new coach, right? Like I didn't have this amazing team. So I figured it out. I started earning $1,500 a month in order to pay for my daughter to go to this private school that she needed to go to. And so my message behind that is, instead of whenever things get tough, figure it out, right? Like don't just sit around and be like, life's too hard. I got to drop coaching because I got to pay these bills. I don't have time. I mean, I had kids sitting on my lap and I was like working the business, figuring it out, and just reverse engineered how I was going to make this work. It wasn't easy. I had to stay up some late nights. I had to miss some things, but my kids were worth it, right? Your kids are worth it. So anyways, I just wanted to drop that in there. If you're feeling like you're going through a tough time or whatever, I went through some tough times, and anyways, and just kept working away. And what was really cool is during that time, I had my blinders on, and I ended up getting some really good coaches because, you guys, I was selling like challenge packs like nuts because I was contacting as many people as I needed to sell that many challenge packs to get that much money. And it just compounded, right? The compound effect. I ended up getting some great coaches. I ended up getting great referrals. And then that summer, I was able to save enough money that summer to pay for the whole next year of her private school. So it's just how, whatever you want out of the business, get it. It's there. It's just how hard you're going to work for it. So I encourage you guys, it's right there. It's just how hard you want to work. How many challenge packs was that? Sometimes I would sell up to 50. I mean, I would hit up to Success Club 50. Sometimes 60. I think my highest was like 66. But I would do whatever it takes. I did whatever it took. I don't hit those numbers anymore because my priorities have shifted a little bit in the business. I still work that hard, but in a different way, because I make money in different ways now. But I just wanted to let you guys know, whatever you want out of the business, it's there. You just got to take it. So anyway, so let me jump into my topic. Why accountability groups work so well for my team and what they did for us last year and why we're doing them again this year. So, yes, and Ava is my special needs daughter. I couldn't read what all you said, Christine. Okay. So anyways, and Christine and Ava were like, in a past life, they were twins. So I always message Christine and I'm like, oh my God, help me. Anyways, so it's so true. She's like she like is amazing connection for me and friend. But anyways, okay, so back to my topic. Okay, so last year I felt like I was posting in my team page, but I was losing like the connection between all of my leaders and all of my coaches that wanted to push. So here I am, like every morning posting this motivation, and I'm like, yay, who's going to hit Success Club this month? Who's pushing for rank advancement on my team page, right? And like I would have a couple people reply and then nothing. So I felt like basically I was talking to myself, and I'm like, yay, I don't know. And so finally I decided to start asking smarter questions. Like, okay, so who is trying to hit Success Club this month? Who wants to rank advance? Who wants to add 2 coaches in 5 days? Like I started asking smarter questions so I could figure out what people's goals were. So I wasn't just in there talking to myself and getting like nothing, because there's nothing more frustrating for a coach or a leader than to be posting and have no replies. That's like borderline rude. to be honest, like, because you're giving your everything to your team and people are not replying. And you can go to the scene and you see like 180 people have seen it. And there's like one reply, the one coach that replies to everything. And you're like, well, cool. I'm glad I just spent, you know, a good hour thinking of that to say. Anyways, so reply to your coach. And anyway, so that's why I decided to take these coaches that wanted to work the business and had like-minded goals out and put them in a push group. So I wasn't talking to myself anymore. I was talking to people that had the same goals. So what I did is there was about 20 women on my team last year that all wanted to rank advance. They all wanted to grow their business. And so the point is, I had to figure out who was going to do that and stay, and how I was going to hold them accountable. So after they replied, I got some replies, yay. I PM'd them and I was like, okay, so tell me what your goals are, what you're willing to do, and I'll add you to this group. So it became my push group for the year. Okay, so I added these coaches in there, and like I said, I had never done this specific kind of push group before. And you guys, the only requirement was they had to be Emerald, and they had to have a good attitude, and they had to work towards their goals every single week, or they had to be doing work, right? Like, this wasn't just like a babysitting group where it was like, sorry, my kids were sick and the dog ran away and I didn't get anything. I took 2 months off for my sister's wedding. Like, those people were not allowed in the group. It was just working people that wanted to push towards a goal. So it was amazing because out of the 20 people in that group, I believe, looking back, I'll look back, but I believe 18 of them hit their goal. And when I say their goal, like, we had big goals. These weren't like baby goals. This wasn't like, I'm gonna get 2 extra coaches this year and that's my goal. It was like, most of them had a Star Diamond goal before Summit. And everybody that had that Star Diamond goal before Summit hit it. Every single one of them in that group hit that Star Diamond goal before Summit, because because we did all this vision work. We were like, okay, how's it going to feel to walk the stage? How's it going to feel to have your name on that banner? How's it going to feel to have your crazy coach jumping up and down in the front row taking pictures of you? Like, all of these things. And it worked. How many coaches hit that? I think 11 went Star Diamond before that. Some of them went 1 star, and I believe we had 5 go 2 star before that. So they could open up their second CBC for like right then, you know, before we went to Summit. So, and then we started working on either their premier goals, like for the second half, or we were working on setting them up to be able to go elite this year. We were doing work for that in the group. So these women came in and worked really hard. And you guys, I get it that like we can't all go 100% all the time. Like, that's just not possible. Like, we have like a life, we have kids, we have all this stuff. So what we really did is we worked every single day. Like, we did our tracker, we talked, things like that, talked in the group. But we had like an enormous 6-week push every quarter in this group. So what we would do is we would all throw in money for this major push, right? And so this major push, like, everybody usually would throw in like between $15 or $20. And so what that did, like this, like we did this right before, like, for instance, our summit deadline to be recognized. And I would usually match the pot or add like $100 to the pot or something to make it a little bit bigger. You guys, people, I mean, everybody was like, yes. Like when you add money to the pot, there's just something a little extra about it that people push for. So anyways, people just would go extra for that 6 weeks during each quarter when we were like trying to hit a deadline. And everybody was so encouraging. People would share messages, you guys, that were working for them. Like, hey guys, this message I'm sending out, this invite is working so well. Let's all do it. You know what I mean? And on the side, sometimes we would run like push to emerald groups. Like when like 8 people needed an emerald in order to hit their next advancement, we're like, all right, let's do it. Let's run a push to emerald group together because 8 of us need emeralds to hit 1 star. So let's do it. And, you know, we would all get in there with our motivation and we would all encourage everybody and we'd just work together as a team because in the long run, it helped everybody, right? Everybody was going to make more money because the volume was all rolling up. Everybody was going to rank advance. Everybody's getting closer to 2 stars so they can start opening up their second CBCs. So when we work together as a team, you guys, it benefited every single person financially, and just the morale was amazing. It made working so fun and it brought the joy back. Like I was excited to show up every day and work with these women. I'm like, all right, going to work, you know, like get to go to my push group and get to work with them. Instead of going to my team page where I was like, hello, anybody in there? Right? Like anybody home? Anyways, so what else was really cool is when I would put up my Success Club board every month, guess who was on it? These women, and they were knocking it out of the park, right? So they were all on this success board now. And so when I was posting it, the rest of my team was getting so curious, like, wait, they're all from that push group, right? Like they're hitting these big numbers between 20 and 30 and like, what are they doing in there? And then some people wanted to be added to the group because they were like, okay, can I be added? And, you know, like everybody became so curious. So anyway, so that in a nutshell is kind of about my push groups. Now I'll tell you guys about some of my threads that I do. Okay, so if you're a new coach, I will you'll be on my team page and you can go into like a new coach thread, right? And so this is a place where you can ask questions and things like that. And I run it with one of my other leaders, Rachel. Some of y'all might know her. I know Christine knows her. So they ask questions in there and we both answer them. And the goal is to get out of there as soon as possible to get to Emerald, right? And then you have the option to go to my push group, or you can just go to the next thread. If you just have no desire to be pushed. So some of them choose to go to the next thread. They don't want to have that much energy and be pushed like that. Okay, fine. So they go to the next thread. This thread is for emeralds and above. And anyway, so I go in there and I still give them, you know, things they can post, things they can say. I usually post a 30-day calendar of different options for each day that they could post. Most of them don't post anything. They kind of can become this dead group, really. And I don't put a lot of time into that group because they usually end up being kind of like discount coaches, to be honest. So that group is kind of like a dead group. If you're an emerald and you don't want to go into a push group, then you probably don't have a lot of goals, to be honest. So my next group, I have a diamond group. And so all of my downline diamonds are in this group. And this group is very, very chatty. Like talk, 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 talk. And they ask lots of questions to each other, and they motivate each other, and they ask diamond-like questions to each other. So they talk all the time, and it's perfect. It's run by itself. Like I don't have to motivate them. I don't have to start questions, or I don't have to do anything like that. They ask each other questions. They stay on top of like new releases. They do all of that. So I don't even run that group. It's self-run. Okay. So then I have, you guys, I have all my coaches that are pushing for elite together. And this is one of my favorite groups too. And these are, you guys, these are the ladies that are obvious. They have to be at least 1 star to be in this group, because you guys, I've had diamonds that go in and out of diamond, in and out of diamond, that have been diamond for 5 years, in and out, in and out, in and out. So I need to put together my coaches that are actually really going for elite and not just saying it. So that's why you're required to be a paid 1 star to be in my elite group. Otherwise, I don't want flaky coaches in there, because it takes away the momentum and it takes away really the accountability of the group if you're not, a paid 1 star. And some of them are going for Emerald and they might land at Premier, and that's totally cool too. So right now I have 8 coaches in that group. So this group is my really, like, I'm calling it the elite push group, but it's my elite coaches. And I don't even have my elite coach in this group. She's running her own elite push group. So what we're doing in this group is I've taught them everything about the elite guide, right? So they know everything about it. They can ask me questions or anybody in the group questions that are at that level, right? Like that kind of level. Like, how would you push a coach to get them to do this? Or how the last week of the month are we going to get 3 coaches to hit Success Club? Or these kind of questions. And we are planning together these push groups now. I'm no longer the solo push group coach. I'm teaching them. I'm like, okay, in these groups, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to go in and talk to your coaches in this group, because I want them to feel like they're part of this leadership and on our team, because it does no good for me to continuously be the only leader, right? I need everybody to be a leader in an elite push group, because it is not right for someone to hit elite with no leadership skills. So I'm teaching them as much leadership as I possibly can, and I'm pouring into them. And if you're pushing for elite, right now my goal for them is to get 10 elite points a month. And I'm saying January is like the push month of elite push. So I'm like, we're working extra, extra, extra hard right now. And but we're making it fun too, because we all have the same goals in this group. So we're all like, oh yes, you signed up an awesome coach. I'm so excited for you. That's amazing. And that's why I love these threads and these accountability groups. When you're grouped with people that have like the same energy and the same momentum, it makes it fun, right? And it brings the joy back, because honestly, it's not fun when you're working with people that don't have energy like you do. It sucks the life out of you when you just don't have that feedback from people any longer. And if you're one of those people that kind of maybe lost your joy in the business, I encourage you to figure it out again. Like if you feel like kind of like just you don't know what makes you happy about the business, I encourage you to get a personal development book or find something that makes you happy about the business. like for me, there's certain things that I didn't like about the business. So I either had to outsource those or find a way for it to bring me joy in some way. I had to figure it out in my mind. You know, like I honestly started hating posting in my coach page. So I had to figure out how to change that. And I started hating running challenge groups. So I had to change that too. I had to change it. Like I started buying some templates for some months, and that helped me have like a little bit of a break some months so I could spend time being creative, which is what I love to do. And then other months or other things that I hated to do, meal plans, right? Like nobody wants to do that. So I started investing in those. Just invest in the things you don't like, or change the things you don't like so that you can like them and get the joy back, and surround yourself with people that are like you and have positive energy. I swear that's a game changer. It's been a game changer for my team. So I swear, you guys, if you get in an accountability group or a thread with people like you with your goals, and keep the energy positive, but you have to be a contributor always to the group. Like contribute your energy every day in some form, then magic will happen. Like if you just join a group and you think like all of a sudden things are just going to go your way, it's not like that. You have to be a contributor of joy and energy and hard work, and then you will see the most amazing things happen. That is what I believe 100% happened with my team last year. And that is why we saw such huge changes. So I challenge you guys to do that. And I hope that at the end, I hope right before Summit that Christine, I talk to Christine every day, by the way, not about you guys, but just, we talk about random stuff. But I hope she tells me, oh my gosh, I have 10 girls walking the stage as Star Diamonds. Oh my gosh, I will get down on the floor with her, and we'll be shooting pictures of y'all, and we'll be cheering. And so anyways, does anybody have any questions I can answer? Yes.
I do. Do you believe it's me? Okay. Christy and I, we don't talk just day, like we talk multiple times a day. She's one of my success partners, and this is why. And you're going to make me cry, because I just think about, I watched Abby walk across the stage last year, and she knows, like, I busted through and I got to the front row so I could see her. And then she did this little gun thing and she's squatting down, and it was so awesome. But yes, so Christy is, I just love the way she thinks, and I love the way she works with her team, and she works in depth because, again, she doesn't have an upline. So she's taking care of a lot of people that aren't necessarily, as we call, hers. She is such, like, she gives so much of herself. She's so selfless. So I just have to give you that. I want to ask you this though. So here's the thing, I guess we all talk about, like you said, you post in your team page and it's like crickets. But yeah, it's your team page. So I guess I have two questions. How do you keep the morale high? And how do you keep people, because I always want people to know that they matter. All right. So I have a ton of coaches that bleed blue, and I love them. So they're part of the team page. But when I go into the team page to post, because I know sometimes it's a lot of tough love, because people say, I want to build a business. So you're talking to, like, you're posting to, you know, you try to keep it like, hey, I want to do this fun stuff, I love you, but you're also trying to share business practices. So are you not sharing any of that stuff on your just big team page anymore? And just
no,
like,
I post on my team page every day.
Why don't you post multiple times a day? You've told me that. But is it stuff like, is it still like a business practice or a thought?
Well, here's what I post. I mean, I share news, of course, you know, like, oh, yay, 10 rounds is coming to Dallas. Who wants to go? Like, that would be something I would share, of course. And, you know, my coaches are like excited about that, of course. And a lot of us are going. I also share, we do like fun challenges. Every month I'll have like 5 teen challenges we'll do that are fun. You know, like one we just had was about inviting. So everybody who invited 10 coaches that day was entered in a drawing for an Amazon gift card. Another one we're doing that's a month long is a posting challenge where I have a posting schedule, and if they post 24 out of the 31 posts somewhere, it could be anywhere, IG stories, Facebook stories, whatever, and take a screenshot and post it below, then they're in a drawing for like a big prize. And I do this for coaches that say they have nothing to talk about. I don't expect like my leaders to do this or anybody that has like their flow. And I say that like, this isn't for anybody that if you feel like you have a flow, I'm not trying to make you drop something that doesn't fit you. So that's how I try to keep it fun and light. But yes, I do post scripts in there, things like that, in case somebody gets a wild hair and is like, oh, I think I'll just decide to start posting now or like inviting or things like that. I do have a lot of leaders on my team besides me that run team pages too, big team pages as well. So it's not just me offering information. So they're getting it from other places as well.
Okay, no, that's great. And there's a couple, you know, and you have to always, even though you tried it before, you have to go back because, and Abby's heard this from me. I'm like, I tried so many times to like tell people, share your screenshots of conversations and let us help you. And so just because no one did it before means I need to try it again because I try to offer that help as well. Okay, so there's another question and I can't remember what it was. So it's about keeping that morale on your team page. Okay, here's the next thing. So you have these pods, rather, or even the groups. So a lot of times, and it just happens. So what do you do with those people that say, ooh, I want this, but then do you remove them from the group? Whether it's a group or a pod, and they're not producing the way they said they wanted to? What do you do with those people?
I actually ask them to remove themselves if they're not dedicated anymore. Okay. I do.
Okay.
And the reason why I do that is because I tell them they're always they can always come back when they kind of have their priorities different, but it brings down the group to have people that do nothing in the group. And so, or if anybody gets negative, which I rarely have that happen, but I ask them to remove themselves. I don't remove them.
Okay. Okay, great. Does anyone else have any questions besides me?
Yeah, I do. So I am hereditarily a workaholic, which means I'm really no fun to be around. And I can't come up with creative ideas like what you talked about with like the invitation group and get the prize, or even like come up with a concept of how to make up a pot of money and make the rules and regulations work the way it's supposed to. So do you go to other places to find ideas like that?
You have me. I will do that all for you.
You're the fun one. That's
no,
really what
I will do that for you.
Okay.
You bring your people to me.
Okay.
I got it. I got Kim. I got everybody. I promise you. When I feel like you're ready to fly, let me do that work for you.
All right.
I got you. That's easy. I got you.
My arm harder. Come on, twist your
I got it. Twist it. You're good. I got it.
Cool. Thanks.
Abby, you have to have a question.
Okay, so my real question, thought, frustration level comes down to when pods start and they're super exciting, super obnoxious because everybody's like, and then like 2 weeks in, it's back to your team page. Like, is anybody, hello, anybody there? And I I resist threads. I resist them for this reason, because so fired up and I love them. People are posting, they're sharing all their things, and then they stop. And it's like, okay, I'm pouring my energy and I'm pouring my heart, and like, then I get sucked in, and then I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then I find myself completely sucked in and not doing my own business.
Well, I can say, I mean, that happens to all of us, right?
I was like, there's no real question in that. It was just more of like, I don't know what to do with that. So
yeah. Well, I'll tell you, even with my push group that did so well, I mean, there were times when it was quieter, maybe right after summit, and we're all like recuperating and setting our next goals and things like that. There are times when it's quieter, and then it actually gives me time to think and plan like our next plan of action. Do you know what I mean? I don't expect everybody to be 100% all the time, because that's not possible. But I will say, like, for instance, my diamond thread that I've had for 5 years, it started out like 3 of us, you know. It's always going, like every day there's someone talking or asking questions or whatever. And the reason why it's like that is because these women are working every day, so there's always a question. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, she's a diamond, she just asked that. But I'm glad it's there for that, you know? And so that thread is just naturally active because it's full of working coaches. And so naturally there's going to be questions, right? And but I will say, yeah, I mean, all pods have dips in them. But that's also why I kind of screen people before they go into a pod. I know that my new coach pod is going to be kind of quiet unless I have someone that's like gunning to go. And I know my coaches that are already Emerald are going to be quiet because I can tell they're already going to be a discount coach. So, I mean, those are things I expect. But really, I lay out expectations too, to be in these groups and these pods, and they know they'll be removed if they don't participate. And I tell them why. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. They actually appreciate it. Like the whole group appreciates the rules and the boundaries, because that makes them turn in the work, meaning do the invites and do the work, because they don't want to be removed. So they don't want to lose their money.
that totally makes sense. Thanks.
Sure.
Does anybody else have any questions? You guys don't be afraid to ask. That's why we have her. Anybody, or if you want to type it in. No, yes. Anybody? Okay, so I guess not. But so for Team Shine, and Christy and I kind of came up, well, she came up with this, but I'm going to let her talk about it because she does a better job of explaining it. So to kind of transition from this call tonight, do you want to explain what we kind of came up with today and what we're doing and how she's so on it? And so I'm hoping this will help us, like this call is going to take us to the importance of groups and pods, and then what we're going to try to plan for next week.
Sure.
Okay.
So we are going to run a Emerald and Above push group together. And the reason why I call it Emerald and Above is because the goal is to recruit 2 coaches. So, because I don't ever like to call them just Emerald groups, because let's face it, we could all use an extra 2 coaches, right? Whether we're a discount coach, whether we're an 8-star diamond, we all could use an extra 2. So that's why I always call them Emerald and Above. And so Christina and I put together this group, and it's already ready for us to be added to it. And so there's going to be goals every day that we're going to try to meet, and they'll be different depending on your goals. So for instance, if you're a discount coach and you're just trying to literally get to Emerald to get like a little bit of income, then your goals might be to reach out to 5 people a day and invite them. All of my like elite pushing coaches, their goal every day is to try to invite 20 people. So do you see our goals are going to be different for invites and stuff, depending on like what our big goal is. So that's how we're going to kind of do it in this group. And I've already posted a giveaway in the group. So once you get in there, you can go straight to that. It'll be a surprise. You can find it. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do a glimpse into coaching group together, both of our teams together. And it's going to be live. This is how I run mine. Christine said y'all do yours a little bit different. It'll be Wednesday at 8 p.m. and it'll be in a group, and we will be going live, as Christine called it, meaning like say I'm the first speaker and it starts at 8, I will go live at 8 and say, welcome to the group. This is how it's going to work, this kind of thing. And then when I'm done, the next person will go and post like a paragraph saying maybe a transformation story and written information about their story. And they'll post video number 2. And then they'll speak live about their story. And then they'll share live, like, you know, about their transformation story. So anyways, yeah, Christine will give you all the details on that. But I do mine live, like really live. And if there's mess ups, hey, it makes it more real. It doesn't really matter because it's real life. And I've had a couple coaches that go live and then they get nervous and they stop it, delete it, and start over. And hey, that's okay. It's real life. But anyway, so we're super excited about that group, and it'll give people a place to invite coaches to if your regular inviting cycle isn't working or whatever. It's like another option, especially for new coaches. So we're excited about that. And our goal is for everyone to get two coaches, and we'll have a prize for whoever, for the emeralds. Like we'll do a drawing for who actually literally hits emerald, and we'll have prizes for who adds the most coaches. Like it's just going to be a really fun group. And we have so many fun things that we're going to do in it. So I'm really excited. My coaches are excited. Some of them have already entered in there, and you'll see their introductions already. So some of them are very sarcastic and funny. So you'll get to know them. I saw somebody, I'll just tell y'all, said, what is something people don't know about you? And she put, I'm an impersonator. I was like, Rachel said that. I was like, you are? Anyways, if you don't know her, it's probably not funny. But
we have to do a Facebook Live in the group and do an impersonation.
I told her to. She said, I only impersonate people I work with. I was like, oh. But anyways, so it'll just be super fun, and I'm excited to do this with you guys, and I'm excited for y'all to get to know my team, and I'm excited to get to know you guys better. And this glimpse group is going to be awesome too. So you can start inviting to that, and I'll get that group together tomorrow, and we're just going to have an awesome time this next week. And if you guys have any questions along the way, post them in the group. And we're all going to share lots of good information. So it'll be a sharing group. So
Christy, thank you so much. Okay. So I wanted you guys, because you're probably like, what? Because Christy's very proactive. She has it already created. I wanted you guys to hear this first, and then I'll talk about it more on the team page. But now you see why I work with Christy, because she's absolutely amazing. And she just brings so much knowledge to us. And I'm so grateful for her and her friendship every day. So if you guys need anything, Christy, thank you so much. I'm sure I'll talk to you as soon as this is over. But if you guys have any questions, I so appreciate you being on the call. I am going to stop the recording now. Again, I will post in our team page more of the info so we can get in there and learn about Rachel the impersonator. All right. So you guys have a great night. Thank you. Thanks for being on.